Knockhill at 6:38 in the morning, and we're in England, but over there is Scotland. So that obviously means we're going to Knockhill. Welcome to Scotland! Yay! I love coming to Scotland. Race one done. I am not walking around blogging in this. I am roasted. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. I actually bought this at home and I've smuggled it back across the border. Do I have to pay some kind of weird tax for that, do I? Oh, I bloody need it. How's that managed to stay cold? I've got a bottle of water here, but bloody hell, honestly, you could make a cup of tea out of that. In fact, you'd have to let it cool. Bloody hell, jeez, we're in Scotland, you know. So, like a Croft, I'm back in the car after race 1. I've got the aircon on 4. Because it's a bit warm. Why, aye, man. It's a bit warm, you know what I mean? But aye. Right, race 1 was, it wasn't follow my leader, was it? With the 3 BMWs. I wouldn't say not playing fair. They were playing fair. De Leon had a bit of a run wide down the bottom of the dip. Good race from hill through, but the interesting thing was Proctor right at the end switching over with letting Ingram past. Now that's interesting because it makes you wonder, is that the way it's going to be for the rest of the season now for Ingram and Sutton? And if that's the way things are, then it just confirms what we already know, and that is that it's a 2-horse race. We've known that for a while. We've known, you know, I think a lot of people thought that before Jake was at Croft, and now, you know, once he got out of the car and couldn't race and was you know, I think, you know, as well as Robo's been doing it, being 70 odd points down, there was never going to be it was always going to just be about them two. But what makes it interesting is there's a few people who thought there would have been championship contenders who were going to give no quarter at all. I think, not necessarily, but by the end of the season, even though Ingram has more pace, well, the Hyundai has more pace than the Ford, I would not be surprised if between now and the end of the season the championship is decided by contact between Ingram or Sutton and some of the other front runners, because people are going to be thinking, well, in the championship battle they're going to have to step away from things a little bit when particular situations come, and they won't. You know, I know they won't. I mean, they will, but you know, if you race 2 in Silverstone, you know, race 3 at Donington, somebody might get desperate and go through, and I think that's what's going to be one of the big dividers between now and the end of the season. But anyway, enough of my waffle. I had a chat with Adam Weaver about Power Max. There was something that he did say that's going to appear in the next issue of the magazine, because you can probably guess that's going to be the cover story. But there was something that he said to do with everything that's happened over the last week with the fire. There was something that he said that I was like, oh, and I said to him, I said, I take it that's not for printing. He said, no, I want you to print that. And it might surprise you a little bit, but you'll only find out if you buy the magazine. In fact, you'll be quite shocked, given all the goodwill that there has been towards the team over the last week. You can see from this photo here, the side of the truck scorched, but you can also see from this photo here, there is some humour, and you've got to have gallows humour in these kind of situations, and I think it's doing the team good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit, I'm going to have a cool down, I'm going to get myself sorted, ready for race 2. My own little kingdom. The air's blowing, it's a bit cool. That was race 2. Don't Tom Ingram won, as you know. Ash Sutton came second after Dan Camish gave up place right at the end. What did I say? Expect to see more of it in race 3, possibly? I don't know, because the internet here is absolutely... Oh, have I got the internet? Has it just come up? Because it's been saying emergency calls only. Let's have a look. But yeah, back online. Oh, let's see. World Class Sutton secures 8th win of season. There's no picture. So when's that from? Hill holds off Sutton in fantastic Knockhill duel. No, I think this is a reloaded saved page from some time. Hill inherits win after classic at Knockhill, qualifying in quotes. Knockhill standings: Ash Sutton 310 points, Ingram 273, Hill 260, Colin Turkin at 229, Ricky Collard's, and then Rory Butcher, Bobby Thompson. So May thinks that this is 2020. It's funny it's landed on Knockhill 2023. Whew. No, I missed the reverse grid draw, so I don't know what's happening with that, but obviously Camish and Sutton starting behind Camish, and if they're in that position towards the end of the race, you expect them to swap around again. If Proctor's being drawn ahead of Ingram, I mean, that was interesting, the way that he chose to let him through. It was reminiscent of Schumacher and Barrichello in 2002 in Austria, wasn't it? You know, it was reminiscent of Massa and Alonso. Does that make them the new Ferrari? As for the photography side of things, race 1 I shot down the bottom of Duffers, down the bottom of the dip, worked me way up to turn 1. I didn't go up to the chicane where everybody launches. I was heading that way, but I noticed that it's not like qualifying. Everybody seemed to be avoiding the curb, so there wasn't any flight time, and it's not worth going up there for flight time. Race 2 I went to the inside of the hairpin, knowing that it was going to be rubbish, because I shot there last year. I've done it before years ago and thought, nah, it's rubbish. And I went last year and it was kind of alright. It was the last race of the day. It was a hell of a battle. I think that's the thing. Last year it was Ingram versus Huff in what was a hell of a race battle, and I think that kind of, you know, focusing on just them two cars for the whole race, kind of thought, oh yeah, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. And I went today thinking, I'm going to crack it. No, it's not. It's not a place to go, and you're limited because you've only got this small area to work with, and behind you is rocks. You know, and you can't walk up the straight because it's all red zones. So that didn't work out too well. Hopefully when I get back and check through the pictures properly, there'll be some better ones. I had a chat with Mikey Doble and Nick Halstead. Both said race 1 the car was absolutely horrendous, so they went for a really radical change for race 2. Basically said we're putting Astra setup on the Cupra for race 1, it didn't work, so they went radically different everything. They were when everybody else was in assembly and the cars were about to be released to pit lane, I wandered up to the paddock and their car was still in the awning and they were outside the awning getting the gear on. So that's how late they were cutting it in terms of getting the setup right. Race 3 I'm going to go down to the outside of the hairpin. Like I say, I don't know what the draw is, so it'll be interesting to see if there's any points paying shenanigans. The race is at 5:25, so a bit after 5. Oh, it's 2 minutes to 4 now. I've had a little bit of a nap, I've had some eating, I've had some drinking, and I'm running out of drinks and I'm too tight to pay the prices here. This is a bit like Lord of the Rings. If any of you are fans of the Lord of the Rings, if you ever see the film, you see the bit where they're talking about the map and you see a hand go in and like that. It's not the actors, it's Peter Jackson. It's an edited bit in early. So anyway, enough of that shite. I shot in race 1, started here, worked along there all the way back up to there. In race 2, this bit here, as you can see, is red zone there, and then it's just rocks here, so you kind of go up. So for race 3, On the other side, the fence behind the red zone, I might do some stuff there, and then just essentially here you get the cars coming out there, so you get the right hand side and the left hand side, and you get them going through the elevation here. All going okay? Better than the last time you were here.
Yeah.
No, not last time, but last time with the TCR when it all went fucking tits up.
No, we're not going tits up. We're just lagging a little bit of pace.
Yeah. Any particular places? No, it's just one of those weekends.
Just a little bit off right here.
Yeah.
A bit of a problem.
Bit warm today though, isn't it? I bet you're tucking in a lot of water today.
Oh, it's warm. It's very, very warm. What time is it, man? Do you know?
5-2. Congratulations in order.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So that's 2 now, is it? It's 2. You're 2 behind me.
It's a lot. So, no, I don't know how you've done 4. But it's full on, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We're surviving.
Sleeping well? No, not the Benz, not you.
No, not at all, man.
Gaffer. End of the day. Oh, right. How did that go? Yeah, went down to the hairpin. It was a Knockhill win. With Sutton and Ingram had a bit of a battle, and towards the back of the grid there was a fun battle between Mikey Doble and Dexter Patterson, which, you know, locks in quite well to the story, considering Pattersons have arranged for one of the cars to go to along with unlimited to power maxed for the rest of the year. And yeah, all in all, it makes an interesting championship where Ingram has outscored Sutton in 2 races and Sutton outscored Ingram in the final one, where I was down the hairpin and they were coming close quite often. I took lots of photographs. Right, it's going to take a while to get out of this car park, which is problematic because I need a tiddly D. I can't be bothered. I knew I should have went for a slash before I came out. It's probably going to take them 3 hours to get out of the car park. That's because I've decided to come away early, because essentially I got my work done. I didn't need to go hunting and scavenging loads of interviews and whatnot. I just needed to get in there and get it done. Right then, so Donington next. We'll have to see if I get accreditation. So you take care, my lovelies, and just be thankful that this is not a format that includes smell, because I have sweated today and it's a damp smell, not an armpity smell, because the deodorant has worked quite well. The antiperspirant has worked quite well in my underarms, but not where my bag's been over my shoulders. That is like a drunk old man has urinated from above and his floor has gone in 2 different directions and hit each shoulder, and it smells like it as well. So there you go. If you're having your tea and you're squeamish, yeah, it's so knackered. Till next time, peace out, love you all, ta-ra.